Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in and welcome on this beautiful Tuesday, the 18th of November. This is the November Business Development Call. We've got an incredible call for you. So many great announcements, so much recognition, and we have an incredible guest speaker. Super excited about all of this. And so I will hand it over to Bahle, who will help us with recognition right now. Thank you, Bahle.
Thank you so much, Nala. Can everyone see me? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. We are actually towards the end of the year, and it's so nice to see that our leaders haven't really given up. It's been a long year, but you leaders continue to do your best in growing your businesses. So we are super excited for our top enrollers for the month of October. And we just want to say huge congratulations to these ladies because they are constantly enrolling, and we some of them we even recognize them as our top enrollers. So a huge shout out to these ladies. So our top enrollers for the month of October goes as follows: Tina Osuchuku, Malebogo Ranko, Tidi Ramamane, Trish Siboni, Sehametsi Maswabi. Can we just give them a round of applause wherever we are? I can even tell Nella is already screaming and celebrating here with me. But yeah, we just want to say a huge congratulations to you ladies on an amazing job. Yes, I love seeing those emojis. Moving on to our rank advancement, we do have rank advancements for the month of October. Shout out to this amazing lady for actually, putting in the work. We are very proud of you. We just want to let you know that reaching elite is such a great stepping stone into the business, and we know that you're not only going to hit elite, you are going to go beyond that. So congratulations on hitting elite, Julia Mohatle. Let's give a round of applause for Julia. Awesome. Congratulations, Julia. Moving on to our highlights. So this month's highlights comes from this amazing lady. Her name is, I know some of you know her, but I got a privilege to know her personally, and it's such an honor to really introduce her today. Her name is Nonette Janse van Rensburg. She is a silver leader and a devoted wife to Hannes. Hannes is such a great supporting system to Nonette. Everywhere we go, Hannes is always there. So today we just want to really recognize Nonette for the amazing work that she does. Not only she's a business woman in dōTERRA, but also she's an inspiration out there in her community. Recently, she just had an event, and we were like, you know what, can you please really tell us more about it? And we know some of our leaders could learn from one or two things from Nonette. So I am very excited to introduce this amazing lady with such a positive energy all the time when I meet her. So Nonette, I will give you the time to share with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bahle. Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nonette Janse van Rensburg. I'm a proud dōTERRA wellness advocate who is passionate about natural solutions, community connections, and empowering women through education, one class at a time. Now, I want to share a bit about my recent experiences with hosting in-person dōTERRA classes because honestly, the way things have unfolded has even surprised me. So, a little while ago, I hosted a class in Vrede. Yes, Vrede in the Free State. Now, if you know Vrede, you'll know it's a very small town. the kind of town where you might think, nothing much happens here, and people must be in bed by 7. Well, let me tell you, Freda had other plans for me. We ended up having a house full of farmers' wives and community members. We literally held the class in different time slots because not everybody could come at the same time. So who would have thought that so many women would take time out on a Monday afternoon to attend a wellness class? I always believed Friday mornings or Saturday mornings were the winning times. Nope, said Freda. Hold my rooibos. Let's do a Monday. Well, we started at 2 and just finished before 7. And it was so worth it. Because from that one event, I enrolled 3 people. And my lovely co-host, Misha Creel, enrolled another 3. 6 enrollments in one small town on a random Monday that alone shifted my entire mindset. Now, I must say my strategy has also evolved. My presentation is still centered around the top 10 oils in the Home Essential Kit, but I no longer focus solely on the kits. I realized people don't always start with a kit, but they do know their own needs. So now I focus strongly on creating roller blends right there in the class, tailored to each person's specific concerns. And when they leave with something that smells amazing and addresses their personal need, they come back or they enroll or both. We had such incredible feedback that we now have been invited back for another class in Freda. Small town, big impact. And then recently, I teamed up with one of my lead leaders, Charisma Furstenberg, to host another in-person event. This one was slightly different. It was held at a beautician studio. We charged 50 Rand a ticket and we had a fun mystery draw. This time the focus was natural self-care. Skin, nails, aftercare after beauty treatments, still using our beloved top 10 oils. It was a small, intimate group, but that made the conversation so rich and personal. Once again, we had one enrollment and made multiple rollers for attendees based on their concerns. And you'll notice a pattern here. Small group, big impact. Personal engagement, tangible results. All these experiences have taught me something powerful, and I hope it inspires you too. It doesn't matter how big your class is. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter if it's 3 or 30 people. Every single in-person event creates connection, and connection creates growth. People want to smell the oils. They want to touch the bottles. They want to ask their questions, laugh with you, and feel seen. And when you give him that space, even if it's in a tiny town called Freda, on a Monday afternoon, something magical happens. So my message to you is this: host the class. Host it even if you are scared. Host it even if you are unsure. Host it even if it's small. Host it even if it's big. Just host it. You never know what doors will open, what enrollments will come, or what lives you might impact. Because I used to think I needed the perfect time slot. I used to think only big classes meant success. But Freda taught me otherwise. Charisma's class taught me otherwise. And dōTERRA keeps reminding me, show up and the growth will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nonette, for such a great sharing. Do it even if it's a small group. You know, I think that is such, because some of our leaders, maybe they are afraid that it's just only 3 people, but even if it's a small group, you can still do it. So thank you so much for sharing that. We could see how much you're so passionate about the business. Continue being a great inspiration, and we really appreciate you from this side. And yeah, I would like to turn over the time to Ryan. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to come back into our next step is Mauritius. We are coming down to the final few months of Mauritius incentive trip. So like Nonette was saying, just keep on hosting classes, getting those enrollments, even if they're not huge classes. You know, the small intimate classes where there's 5 to 6 people tend to be where you really connect with those people and you can really meet those people, what their needs are, and work towards your Mauritius goal, because we'd love to see as many of you coming on the trip as we can get. It would just be so much fun to have as many people that can make it. So the qualifications are here. If you have any questions about how to achieve the Mauritius trip, you can go to the website at dōTERRA.com and find all the information about the prizes, how to earn points, and all that fun stuff, because we'd love to see you guys all there. And next, I'll be talking about Silver Club. We are less than 12 days away from Silver Club being over, and it's crazy how fast the season goes. And so I just want to recognize those people that made all the hard work in October. These are the people. We have 12 people here: TD, Simone, Segametsi, Melibogo, Rochelle, Candice, Hannah, Okopoleng, Tanya, Shannon, Trish, and Wendy all killed it in October. There's so many other names that helped out with making October such a huge success with Silver Club. I do have Segametsi underlined because she's already hit the qualifications for November. So just want to give a little shout out to her for reaching those qualifications. And I know that a lot of you are working so hard and you have a lot of time left. So like Nonette said, host those classes. Even if they're not huge, it doesn't matter how the size of them. Just as long as you are, pushing yourself and just, pushing yourself outside the comfort zone a little bit, can go a long way and really work your business. And the next person that we are going to be talking to, or having the privilege of hearing from, is one of dōTERRA's South Africa founders and diamond leaders, Dominique. She's an awesome person. As you can see, she's a soccer mom, a wife, and she's the team leader of the Yum Drops team. So I would love to turn the time over to Dominique and to hear her amazing wisdom for you all.
Hi, everybody. So we will expose that Nala did ask me this yesterday afternoon. So short notice, but such a privilege to be able to share with you a little bit about our Platinum Summit that happened 2 weekends ago. So I'm going to share my screen, and I always have Tanya Josta's voice. Remember to click the share sound button when you share your screen. So bear with me while I do this. And then let me just go to present mode. I just have to move your faces out the way. There we go. And we'll start here.
Times and places are all in who you share them with. And it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with.
Hello everybody, in my hotel room slippers from dōTERRA. I wanted to just give you a little peek into all my spoils as I arrived here in my room. So I got this incredible beach totes type bag filled with goodies, my dōTERRA t-shirts, a cap, this really cool bath pillow with a shower lava rock and an on guard oil, the single most luxe soft bathrobe. I think that's for my spa treatment tomorrow morning, a gorgeous hand towel and bath sheet. That was accompanied by the new dōTERRA castor oil, which I'm so delighted to have, the most incredible dōTERRA silk pillowcase, which is going straight onto my pillow here at the hotel. And then next to my bed, this is where I'll be taking a really luxurious bath, next to my bed, the new bubble salts, or the white bubble diffuser with some oil going already. And then over here on the table, enough snacks and healthy things, all healthy peanuts, rusks, and
Times and places are all in who you share them with. And it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with. Joy is who you share it with. And the
Thanks, guys. That was a little caption of our time away. I sped up my voice. I don't usually talk that fast, but I can if I need to. And so that was our wonderful time away on the Platinum Summit. And I was asked by Nala to just share a little bit about what is the Platinum Summit, who gets to go, and what do we do there? So I'm going to just walk you through a little bit. So who is there and how did they get there? So this year, 2025, Platinum and above leaders were invited, along with the country's 3 top enrollers for the year. So Platinum above and our 3 top enrollers. So it was actually a surprise to our 3 top enrollers who managed to make it there. Simone Payne, Lizanne, and Yanette joined me, Tina, and Marty, 6 wellness advocate accounts. Their partners were also invited, and so you'll see the men enjoyed along the right, and some of our male wellness advocates like France was there too. So 6 of us, 6 accounts in the room talking about 2026. What did we do there? It's the most incredible, and Addison knows me well, mix of connection and collaboration, mixing with other pillar teams in our country. Relaxation and reward. Did you see our spoils? We got treated to an amazing hydro spa, as well as luxe massages. The men got the option to join us or go play golf. They decided to go golf. But we also did a whole bunch of statistics and strategies. And of course, there was fantastic food. Do you see what I did there? Alliteration. My son's just finished grade 5 assessments. We're talking about alliteration. So that's what the time was spent together. So you saw in that little video montage, lots of discussions over dinner and thoughts and sharing, lots of time in the boardroom, really understanding where the market has come from, where we're going. And Addison showed me one particular slide that blew my mind. A slide that linked 2 events. So I'm going to highlight 2 events in this one presentation. The first was the summit, but that particular summit was piggybacked onto our leadership retreat. Guys, please hear me carefully. That one particular summit, this event, piggybacked straight onto leadership retreat, meaning we came a day early, just did a 1-day summit, and we went into leadership. And on that day, we saw the biggest growth, literally from that month when we met. The growth of dōTERRA turned a peak corner and has continued to grow without dipping from that one day. And what really landed with me is that us as leaders in dōTERRA, as leading our teams, or maybe you're just leading your customers right now, have such a huge impact when we come together, when we have the same goal, and then when we vibrate the same intention for the country, for bringing more oils to dōTERRA, for bringing more finance to people. And I was blown away when I saw that graph. What an exciting thing to be a part of, because sometimes we do think, what, just 6 of us sitting in a room or at leadership retreat, just 100 of us, you know, in the whole of South Africa, could we really create a movement? Well, evidence showed us, statistics and strategies, that we can. And so I loved seeing that information. So how do I get to be in the room? You need to achieve the rank of platinum or above at least once between today and October 2026. So if you're sitting there right now and you've got a pad of paper in front of you, I want you to maybe set a new goal for yourself. Maybe your goal had been, you know, Power of 3, Path to 8,000. I love all those goals, but write a big goal. I'll never forget the first time I went to leadership retreat and I was a diamond leader, the first diamond leader. What a privilege. And Marty was sitting right behind me and I got a bigger chair, like a chair in the front. And Marty just looked at me and she went, I will be there next year. She pulled open her pad and notes and wrote, I will be diamond I can't even remember now, 2022, maybe. And she was. So Marty, you'll have to remind me, I've lost my years now. So that's your goal. How do we get there? In 2026, I need, this is you talking, to identify or find, identify meaning they're already in your organization, or find 9 business fire starters or sparks. What is the definition of a fire starter or a spark? A fire starter is any tool that helps you easily and quickly ignite a fire. So within your organization, within your businesses, you're going to have many wellness advocates. You're going to have sharers. We love sharers. We want people talking about the oils and bringing more people to us so we can expand our circle. However, we want to identify and think about it, guys. Platinum feels like a big goal. You just need 9 fire starters. And I'm going to explain where our fire starters need to be. What is a fire starter? It's somebody who is committed and capable. We get many people who are committed. You know the committed. They come to every team call. They're there at the beck and call. But sometimes they're not capable. They've still got some blocks before they can actually enroll people. Guys, if you're not enrolling people, you're not really building a doTERRA business. But we love having you on the calls, but you're committed. And then you got to work on the capable. Capable is I'm learning to overcome my obstacles. I'm understanding where I need to learn more, improve, to actually cross the bridge to enrolling people and helping them get onto LRP. All the capable things. When you identify somebody in your business who's showing up and is capable, you know you've found a spark, and you want to really nurture any sparks that you can see in your business. You don't need hundreds of sparks to make a fire. For platinum, you just need 9. A spark always does what they say they're going to do. It's a really good way to test if they're a spark. Some people will say, oh, I'm going to put 5 people together. You can come host a class at my house. And you say, great, let's put it in the diary. I'll get back to you. You know that one. I'll get back to you. And then they don't. Not a spark. They could become a spark. Guys, I was an unsparked spark. So don't lose hope in your unsparked sparks. It took me 4 years to start the business. But when I did, boy, was I a spark. And then they have their own goals. You see, for many years, my sister had goals for me. She wanted me to do doTERRA as a business, but it wasn't my goal. 4 years, guys. You might have somebody sitting on your tree who's going to be your next spark. So never give up hope, but have conversations. Find their goal, not your goal. You've got your own goals, love your own goals, but you need somebody who has their own goals. And the day I found out, and I'm going to tell you this one sentence that told me I could do it. It's coming up on the next slide. The day I figured out how to spark myself and how to find sparks was the day my business took off. And it went like wildfire. And I've watched sparks within my own organization go the wildfire route. So how do you find sparks? Guys, are you ready? You can take a picture. It's going to be everything you've always wanted on the next slide. Be the spark you're looking for. It's the simplest way to find sparks. So tomorrow when you wake up in the morning, I know this isn't rocket science and you might have heard this said in many ways, but when you wake up in the morning, you're like, so what does a spark look like if I'm looking for them? Well, a spark sets aside time to work on a business. A spark does a 2-minute morning routine called Foundation of Wellness because she needs the energy. A spark uses her oils. A spark reaches out to people. If you are looking for somebody who has all those attributes, the best way to find them is to start applying them to yourself. I'll never forget Ange Peters on a podcast, and somebody came on that podcast and said, I'm sitting at home, I'm not even elite, and I'm definitely not on LRP yet. And somebody went on a podcast with Ange Peters and said, I had been on LRP. I took myself off LRP, by the way. I was one of those people. And so I was sitting there, not on LRP, and I was contemplating doing doTERRA as a business. And somebody said to Ange Peters, but Ange, I really want to do this business, but I don't have an upline. I don't have anybody to tell me what to do. I don't have anybody, guiding me. I don't have any systems to put in place. How can I do this business? I don't have any leader. And Ange said, oh, that's so easy. And I was like, ears perked. She said, be the leader you're looking for. And I was like, oh, I want a leader who does team calls every week in my time zone. Remember, there's no doTERRA South Africa at this time. I want a leader who does calls in my time zone. I'm only a lead, but I could be the leader I'm looking for. Your spark will find you when you are a spark. So, top tip. Now I'm going to give you some extra information you may not know yet. So, what does platinum look like? Platinum consists of 3 silvers. 3 silvers consist of 9 elites. 9 elites, guys. Do you know that when I started this business, I started it without figuring out the business? I was like, I don't need to figure out the business until I've enrolled enough people to have a business. So when I started, all I did was you get 20% when you enroll somebody. That's all I needed to know. Side note, when I did decide to figure out the business, I had 36 people on my front line. Not a good plan. We don't do that anymore. So, but one day, once I'd got a bit of structure going in my business, I turned to a higher leader and I said, I need one. First call I ever had with an upline. I said, I just need somebody to explain something to me. And that person got me on a call. They looked at my organization and they said, Dom, find 9 sparks. In fact, guys, I'm going to give you one step before this. I wanted to be a founder. Your step to platinum is actually going for gold, the founder. So the first step was find 6 sparks. 2 in each leg is founder. But they don't have to be elites. They can be executive. But she said to me, all I want you to do is look at your organization and I identify in each leg 2 sparks. Because we're talking about the Platinum Summit, I've upped it to 3 sparks. But the second she did that, there was such a mind shift in me. Instead of thinking, oh, to become gold or to become founder or I have to have this humongous organization with all these wellness advocates. And when she said, give me 6, just give me 6 people who want to go on this journey with you, who want to spark off your spark, because you're sparking, my girl, she said. Just find 6 people who want to do that. And that cleared out all the noise of the customers and the people who are saying they're very, very, very interested in doing the business and weren't. And I just cleared it all out and I found my 6 sparks. And eventually 9, but you can start with 6 because, founder is a good step on your way to platinum. And so I'm going to encourage you to look at your organization or look out in the world if you don't have an organization and realize that your road to founder, your road to gold, and eventually to platinum, just 9 people. So your whole organization can be run off 9 sparks. So those sparks start with silvers. And guess what? The way to spark these 3 elites is the path to 8,000. doTERRA has given us the gift of the boost, the PGV. And remember, for your brand new sparks, every bit of Power of 3 PV is already a boosted PGV. For those of you who it feels like I'm talking a different language, ask your upline or investigate for yourself because you're being the leader you're looking for. How come my brand new people, Power of 3 LRP and PGV is the same thing? Every single new person who achieves Power of 3 at the spark stage automatically, without fail, gets the boost. Your new people. Make sure you're spreading that message. Okay. Notice, and I have this PDF to put in the chat, so I will put it in the chat, your path. Notice that in each of your silver legs, you have the person's name and then you have their strength. Because I'm going to tell you the thing that turned my business. You remember Addison said we were like here and then we went whoop, like that. What happened in my own business, my personal business, that took me from plateauing to that sharp, let's go, people? It was the realization that although dōTERRA preaches duplication, 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 I love duplication. However, something landed that I'd forgotten, and that is identify your leader's strengths and collaborate your strengths. So the minute I stopped trying to turn my leaders into mini me's and actually went, hold on a second, their strengths are all the gaps in my business that I need to fill so that we're one stronger organization. So I really encourage you, if you have somebody, maybe a spark, who you're like, eek, I wish she could be more XYZ, I encourage you to go, what is she brilliant at? And play into that. You're going to have those sparks who are so good at connecting with people and gathering people, and their admin is really rubbish. Help them with admin, get them to spend all their attention inviting the people. And then you're going to have another spark that's really good at admin and strategizing. And her people skills, maybe not so great. She's going to find her people who are great at getting the people in. I'm one of those. Believe it or not, my interpersonal skills are right at the bottom of my strengths finders, and my strategy and my analytics and my thinking on the spot are really high. And so when I realized that I had the most incredible leaders who could gather humans and then I could connect with them, my business just went whoop. So identify strengths. Don't try to create mini yous. Your sparks will bring more to the fire than what you've already got. Okay, last point, fun fact. Quick fun fact that is new. So this is brand new. And for some of you, this is going to be brand new information that hasn't actually landed yet because South Africa hasn't actually been teaching this. So I'm going to be maybe giving you some new information. When we launched the new compensation plan, when we changed to pods and PGV and all that fun stuff, did you know that the role of, let's call it gold, fell into a new compensation term called dynamic rank compression. Rank compression. So I'm going to tell you what that is right now. Okay. Rank compression. Wellness advocates achieve platinum rank using the closest qualified member of each sponsor leg. Qualifiers must be in the enrollment tree of the wellness advocate whom they qualify. One wellness advocate can qualify multiple people. Okay, Dom, that makes absolutely no sense. What do you mean? Okay, so some of you are going to have to reach out to somebody else to get more information. The dōTERRA corporate office is always happy to explain this. And sometimes you have to get closer to this for it to make sense. So just keep doing the work. But for those of you a little further along the line, to those of you who are silver, grabbing for gold, okay? Once you reach gold, the people in your direct enrollment tree, meaning you didn't enroll them, so technically they don't qualify you for gold rank. However, the minute you hit gold, your enrollee enrolled by your person now qualifies you and her. Okay, so there is a thing called rank compression when you get to the rank of gold to qualify for platinum. So let me break that down for you. Here's you. Henry has reached silver. Yay! Sarah has reached silver. Yay! And Molly down here, enrolled by Lacey, who's only reaching elite because she doesn't have any other legs. Molly is reaching silver, but she's not enrolled by you. She now can qualify you and you will become platinum, even though Molly is not enrolled by you. So for those of you who understand enrollment for rank qualification, now you know somebody in your direct enrollment tree, meaning somebody enrolled by somebody you enrolled. If Molly was put here by your upline and you didn't enroll her, she doesn't fall into this. So Molly enrolled by Lacey, who you enrolled, but Lacey's a sharer. We love Lacey. Lacey can keep sharing, but Molly can now qualify you. So what does that mean in real terms? Like, what could I do today, because I'm just starting my dōTERRA business, for this to even matter? If you're not there yet, what does this mean for you? If you take one thing away from this call, as a wellness advocate, support every spark in your team, whether they're enrolled by you or not. They could be your next platinum qualifier. They could be, your platinum qualifier could be. Please note, these slides were finished in the car on the way home from taking Griffin to soccer. So I'm getting some leeway here, but you got my point. Okay, literally sent a photo to Nala. Promise I'm not driving. Charlie's driving. Slides are coming. Okay, so the point being, sometimes you might have a spark in your tree and you're like, she's not enrolled by me. What's the point? There's always a point. I am in such a sweet position in my organization because I have always invested in sparks in my organization, whether they fell into my my fast start bonus, whether they find, if I saw a spark, I always know that working with a spark inspires me and my door is always open. And so I encourage you today, if somebody in your organization, a sharer, enrolls a spark, work with any spark in your organization because they all build momentum. And I hope that this new information about rank compression plants a little seed of excitement as you go looking for your sparks. And meet us, because I'll be there, at the next Platinum Summit. I can tell you that this market in South Africa is just going from strength to strength to strength. And so the Platinum Summits are going from excitement to treat to treat. I'm going to leave you with this because this is a very important message that Addison left with me at the summit. What separates dōTERRA from any other supplements, any other anything, any other drink, collagen, anything, is no other company can say that they're powered by the most pure essential oils. It's what separates us. In 2026, we're really going to be taking this home. And so to round up what I had to say tonight, I want you to also apply this to your business. There is no other business that is powered by such incredible essential oils. The purest. So they're not just powering our supplements. They're not just powering VMG. You can build a business on the foundations, on the ethics, on the purity of these essential oils with faith that the oils are going to do a lot of the business for you. So not only are our supplements powered by essential oils, but our business is too. And so is Platinum. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Dom. I'm going to steal the call one last time and do one last final recognition. But Dom, you did a great job. I loved how you talked about partnering with your team, and just, you know, the oils can basically sell themselves. And so just getting that voice out for the oils and the products is really helped to grow the business. But I did want to give out one shout out to there's two leaders actually that I missed somehow on the recognition for Silver Club. Nonette and Rachel, they also were added. I don't know how I missed them, but I just want to make sure you guys get the love and recognition. So just a quick, give everyone a shout out in the chat. And thank you again so much for letting me know, and make sure we get that corrected. But just want to give this a little shout out to these two that I missed somehow. So I apologize, and I will turn the time over to Nala.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Really appreciate that. And thank you, Dom. That was so powerful. To have a spark, you need to be the spark. You know, I love that message. I'm going to take it. I'm going to run with it. Spark is going to be my word for 2026, definitely. So thank you for that. And, you know, next we would love to see the evergreen resource that Dom and Tanya have created with so much love that is available for you. She spoke about all of our supplements, and she spoke about our how our essential oils power our supplements. And so in this next slide, you will see, and you can scan the QR code on this slide. You will get the evergreen resource that has been created for everybody who could not attend the Wellness Made Simple tour. And if you could attend the Wellness Made Simple tour and you were there, thank you so much for coming out. It was incredible to have you there. We really had such a beautiful time connecting, really coming together, and just the energy that coming together creates is really like no other. And so, echoing the words of our leader who spoke earlier, she said it's so important that we are able to create events even if they're small. So thank you, Nunu. Really appreciate you. And thank you for all of that incredible work that you're doing out there. We see you, we recognize you, and we cannot wait to meet you again soon. So please, will you scan that QR code? And next, we are super excited to be going to Cape Town, to the Western Cape rather, to the Stellenbosch area, the beautiful, stunning Asara Hotel and a farm. It's incredible. We are going to have the time of our lives, and we cannot wait to be there with you. You know, this is an amazing time for you and your teams to just come together and really use the opportunity to set the tone for the year. You know, it's the time where we come together as dōTERRA Corporate and all of our incredible leaders, and we share what lies ahead, how you can be empowered as a leader, and how you can continue to run this incredible race, really doing everything that you can to build your team as much as you possibly can. And so in the next slide, you will see all of the different qualifications. If you are a premier, you must have achieved the rank of premier or higher at least once between February 2025 and January 2026. So there's still plenty of time. And if you are elite, you must have achieved the rank of elite at least once between February 2025 and January 2025. Plus, you also have to have had 3 personal enrollments of 100 PV and above. And so this is so possible for all of us. I think it's something that we should definitely be running for. And I want to encourage you that as we head over to Leadership Retreat 2026, you buy a ticket for yourself, but also purchase a ticket for a team member or 2. The sparks that Dominic spoke of, find those incredible sparks that you can run with, and you make, this amazing pact together that the year 2026 is definitely your year to go diamond and beyond. And so I want to really encourage you to buy your tickets, scan the QR code, also go to our website. You'll see we have a leadership page where you'll get all of the information, all of your frequently asked questions. You can get all of the suggestions for accommodation. We encourage you to also find Airbnbs where you can come together as a team, and squat together and live together for those amazing 3 days. And so starting from the 5th to the 7th of February, the 5th of February being the day where we lend a helping hand with our Healing Hands, and our Healing Hands Foundation is going to go out into the Cape Town city, really making a difference. This time around, we've chosen an amazing organization, and they will be really, we'll be offering them, all of the support that we can give them. And so we want you to be part of that. The organization that we have selected is Rape Crisis South Africa. And if you know anything when it comes to South Africa, women in South Africa need to be protected as much as possible. And so we encourage you to join that Healing Hands Foundation outreach that we'll be doing on the 5th. The 6th and the 7th, we'll have our retreat at the Asara Lodge. And if you can go to the next slide, you will see that you can scan that QR code, yes, and you will also see all of the qualifications there. And so I'd like to play you this video because we will have this guest speaker. He is an amazing presidential diamond, has such a strong team globally, and it's amazing to see Matt Hall really just bring all of the work, the experience, the institutional memory that he has from building a global business in dōTERRA, and he will be sharing it on stage at Leadership Retreat. There are only 100 tickets. Yours is definitely one of them, so listen to what he has to say.
dōTERRA, South Africa. Hello, my friends. My name is Matt Hall. I'm a double diamond in dōTERRA. I've been working with this amazing company for 13 years. We've built a team of hundreds of diamonds. I'm here in Valencia, Spain right now, where we're having the European Leadership Retreat. And I'm so excited to be coming to your Leadership Retreat. It's my first time attending and speaking at a corporate event in South Africa. And it's going to be amazing. So I recommend you do whatever it takes to first get qualified to be in the room, and second, do whatever it takes to get in the room for leadership in February. I'm going to be bringing my best content, and truly this event is my favorite of all events that dōTERRA does because it's where we take builders and we turn them into true leaders. If you're ready to change the trajectory of your dōTERRA success and really make a breakthrough, this is the event for you. I'll see you in February.
Yes, indeed. In the next slide, you will see us in February. So scan that QR code over there and make sure that you go onto your office and your back office, find that leadership page. It's right there for you, and you'll get all of the information that you need. We cannot wait to see you at Leadership Retreat 2026. So that's it from me, and I will hand over to the General Manager for dōTERRA South Africa, Mr. Addison Schertz.
Thanks, Nala, and congrats again to, Nonette, thanks for sharing. That was great. But congrats again to everyone there in Silver Club. Special shout out, right, Rachel and Nonette, for us getting you guys on there at the end as well. But so proud of everyone and what they've been able to accomplish. This is always such an interesting season, right? Because there's so many things going on in everyone's lives, because everyone's getting excited again because it's warming up. And life seems like it's not going to be as, cloudy as it's felt maybe the last few months. And so this is a time of year where people start to do things again. And we just encourage you to, during this time where you're trying to get routines and everything kind of up and going again, and coming out of winter, that you take a lot of what Dominique was saying is, this is a great time to find some sparks, which we know that there's so many out there that we have not even had one conversation with, and there's many we've had conversations with that just need to be followed up with. But we're excited for the growth that's happening in dōTERRA South Africa and throughout our SADC region as well, in Botswana, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Angola, Lesotho, Swatini. We're seeing it all happening around in the region, and we couldn't be happier for the lives that we continue to touch, and also for the individuals that we get to interact with, because you guys all make the efforts to watch dōTERRA grow. It's fun for me because a lot of the times it's a lot of you that introduce me to your new team members, and then I get to make new friends because of you. It makes it so much easier than me having to just go make my own friends, right? That you guys just bring them right to me. So with that, though, we are excited for a lot of the things that we have, and we have a lot of things similar that we worked on at our Platinum Summit about a week and a half ago that we are excited to share at our Leadership Retreat there in February. So please do all you can to make that a priority, as it will be an amazing event to go. I just wanted to close today's call by expressing my gratitude to be able to partner with each of you. Grateful for you taking the time, on a Tuesday evening to be able to sit and to better yourselves and to find ways to improve by listening to great leaders, and also recognizing great accomplishments with us. We really appreciate you being with us this evening. With that, we aren't going to share much, but we wanted to allow everyone on this call knowing that we will give you a little sneak peek on Friday of a very fun season that's coming up, and some great offerings that we have coming up that will be announced on Friday morning. So something to keep your eyes out for. We think that this is everybody's favorite time of the year. We're not going to say what it is. May or may not be exactly what you're thinking. But we have an extremely amazing end of month coming your way that we want you to be able to start having that preparation for. And we will be giving you some items starting on Friday as we launch our first round of things on Friday. But stay tuned. This may be one of the best offerings we've ever done. So keep that up in your mind, and you'll see some new things as well. So excited for that. Excited to see how the end of year goes. Those of you who are excited for what can still be accomplished for achieving the Mauritius incentive trip, highly encourage a push there. There's so many different ways other than just maybe enrollments to earn. It's just growth within your team. And as Ryan said, you can find all those on doTERRA.com on the Mauritius page. But there's so many things that you can do to continue to feel the growth happen in your team, rather than just feeling like it has to be enrollments. Enrollments are amazing, and we want you to always focus on that. But I really, really want to encourage you to focus on overall team growth. If you do that, there's an amazing opportunity there to be able to join the dōTERRA market of Africa in Mauritius. And we're excited to see as many of you there as possible. So happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining this evening and let me enjoying it with you. Thank you again, Dominique, for your inspiring words. Nanette, for you as well. Our team, Bothle and Nala and Ryan, thank you all for sharing. And we will see you all next month. Enjoy. We'll talk soon.